so what we're gonna do is we're gonna demonstrate some of the exercises that we do at Dalton State College for our cross-country program. Now, the exercises that we do are very focused on running-related exercises. There are a million other things out there that you can do. Matter of fact, there are a million things you can do that are very similar to what we're gonna do, but there's also a lot more involved things you can do, like for your upper body, let's say. But today, we're gonna show you one workout, one thing, or a few exercises that you could do that can make you a stronger runner. So today I have with me Ella Coley and Kayla Maddox. They are two Dalton State road runners, and we're so proud of the job they do as Dalton State road runners. But today they're here for you because they're going to show you how to do these exercises. So we're going to go through these exercises and they're going to do them, and I'm just going to kind of describe them as we go. All right, so you guys ready?
Yes, sir.
All right. We're going to start with squats. Now, everybody has heard of squats, and go ahead and demonstrate. As you do squats, what you want to do is you want to make sure that you squat down, and you notice how their legs are parallel with the ground, and their knees are not too far over their toes. Okay, so that's important to understand. All right, and then back up. And then you want to just do these nice and slow and controlled. Do a few of them. You just want to do them nice and slow and controlled, because the idea here isn't to do them fast, it's to do them well. So you notice excellent form with both of these ladies. Very good. All right, so that's squats. Now there's something else called a single leg squat. Now most people can't do a single leg squat. These ladies can just about do one, but can't quite get all the way down. I can tell you I can't do one, so don't feel bad if you can't, but I thought it would be useful for us to show it anyway. So let's just work on a single leg squat and show everybody what that is. You're going to hold your leg out and you're going to squat down as far as you can go and then come back up. You notice that you keep your arms out in front of you, and that's for balance. And so they do an excellent job at doing that. But again, you notice they're shaking. This is very, very difficult to do. Ella's really close to getting all the way down. So, but that is an option. You would do that on both sides, obviously, if you were going to do that. All right, so the next one is lunges. Now, there are all sorts of lunges. So let's just do a regular forward lunge. So that regular forward lunge is they're going to go out and they're going to put that foot firmly on the floor, and you're going to do this in a nice, easy, controlled motion. Go ahead and do another one there. And you can see how they move their arms as in a running motion, and I think that's helpful as well. It keeps your balance. And then you're going to do, obviously, you're going to do lunges on both sides. Now, some people like to do one side and then the other side, like do 10 on one side and then 10 on the other. Some people like to do one on one side and then another, and then another, and they alternate. It's up to you. It doesn't matter. You just have to make sure you even it out and do some on both sides. All right, calf raises. Now, the best way to do calf raises is to do these on a stair or something like that, but you can do them on flat ground too. So this is a calf raise, and the idea, this is best if you hold on to a wall or a railing or something like that, or each other. And this is the idea on this is to do about 20 on each leg, and it'll get to burning in your calf after a minute or so. So those are calf raises. Again, do both sides. And then side leg raises. Those are laying on the ground, and you're going to get on the ground on your side, and you're going to get your body nice and straight, and you're going to keep those hips. You notice how the hips are straight up and down. Okay, we have a tendency to want to lay with our hips either laid back or forward, so you got to make sure your hips are straight up and down, and then you just simply raise a leg. It's simple, but man, it'll burn after you do a few of them. This is a great exercise for those side hips, which we neglect regularly. Again, as they're demonstrating, you got to make sure you get both sides. Very, very good. All right. Our next one is single leg deadlifts. This one takes a little bit of coordination, so obviously Dean's not good at it. That's what that means. So single leg deadlifts look kind of like this. You're going to try to keep your body as straight as possible, and you're going to bend over, and you're going to you don't have to touch the ground, you just have to get close to the ground. Some people do this with weights. That's why it's called a single leg deadlift. Again, you're going to want to keep your body straight, and then keep that supporting leg, as straight as possible as you bend over. So very, very good. All right. The next one is another one. I should have done these in a different order. You wouldn't have to get up and down, up and down. The next one is on the ground, and this one is called the fire hydrant. Now, when you do this one, it doesn't look like you're doing a whole lot, but I promise you, you do 20 of these, and you'll find out you're doing more than you think. So you'll notice. Go ahead and do those. The idea is we call it fire hydrant for a reason, right? It looks like a dog using a fire hydrant. So it's really, again, it's good for those outer hips, and an area that we really neglect normally, okay? Again, a very simple motion. You don't have to worry about going through a long range of motion, but that's that one. Okay, and then we have clam shells. Clam shells are really kind of similar, but you're going to keep your feet together. You notice how they keep their feet together, and then the legs come apart just like a clamshell. And you know that's why we call it a clamshell. It's very obvious why. And so that is a clamshell, and what a clamshell looks like. Very good. All right, so those are exercises that are more focused on your hips, your glutes, and those areas kind of from the waist down. We've got others that are focused more from your hips up, and we're going to start with a plank. Everybody probably knows what a plank is. This is a plank. It's very, very simple. You're going to hold your body as still as possible, and the idea is just to hold this for as long as you can, for a minute, 2 minutes. Maybe you start with 30 seconds, and you get more and more as you go. But again, it's very simple, very, very useful exercise, and simple. And you can do this almost anywhere, right? So good job, ladies. And then the next one is a side plank, which is basically the same thing, but you're on your side. So you're gonna get on your side. You're gonna put your feet together, and you're going to hold your body as straight as possible, lifting those hips up off the ground. And you'll notice that this is much harder than the regular plank is. And if you really want to be tough, you can take that top foot off. Can you do that? Can anybody do that? Look at here. Look how strong these ladies are. Woo! Nice. Good job. All right. And that's again, another exercise that's relatively simple, but does a lot. So the next one we call Superman. This is called different things. Some people call it a banana. You'll see why in just a second. So what you're going to do, the idea here is to keep your hips on the floor and raise everything else up, right? So you see the way they raise up their chest and their feet, their knees, everything else is up off the ground. And what you're going to do with these is, typically what we like to do with these is we like to do about 10 of these and then hold the last one for 10 or 15 seconds and do a few sets of them. And this again, one of the areas that we neglect a lot is the lower back. This will strengthen your lower back. Now when you first do it, you may be really sore from this the first couple of times you do it, but don't worry, you'll get better at it over time. Very good. All right, now we're going to get back off. You're going to kind of get on your back. And we're going to do what we call scissors. So when we do that, you're just going to lay on your back. You're going to make sure you get a good firm foundation there on your back. And you're going to lift both legs up. And then you're going to do a scissor motion. Real simple. You can do it in bigger motions like Kayla's doing, or shorter motions like Ella's doing. Either one works really well. The bigger motions are actually easier for you to do. And that doesn't make any sense, does it? But this exercise, do this for 30 seconds to a minute, and you'll be feeling it. So really, really good for your lower abs. All right, now we're going to do the Russian twist. If you haven't seen this one, this is typically done with some kind of a weight. But you can certainly do it without a weight. So you notice they're on their butt, their feet are off the ground, and they're going to simply twist from side to side. So you notice the way they have both hands as they're doing that. That's because typically a lot of times people will use weights for this. And in this case, they're just doing it without the weights. And it is good without the weights. It works either way. So really good for the obliques, right? Good exercise. All right. Now we want to talk about this one takes some serious coordination, and I am proud to say I can do this one. This is called yoga plank with contralateral limb raise. It's a long thing, but it's real simple. They're almost this a yoga plank. A yoga plank is on your hands instead of your elbows, and you'll see that what they're doing is they're raising opposite arm and opposite leg. This requires the engagement of almost your entire core, and it's really good for you to do this exercise, because this, when you run, you use opposite muscles, right, at the same time, and so this simulates that very well. Very good. Thank you, ladies. That looks good. All right, now this one is donkey kicks. Donkey kicks are relatively simple. Donkey kicks are going to have you on all fours, and then you're going to kick that foot back, and you're going to curl your leg up a little bit. So you're going to come up with that heel there, Ella. Yeah, there you go. You're going to push at it. Yeah, as far what you're going to do, kind of like Kayla's doing there. You're going to try to get that foot kind of as high as you can, and that's the way you do a donkey kick. So another good one for your glutes. And again, don't forget, you got to do these on both sides. All right, and then finally, glute bridges. You're going to lay on your back, and you're going to put your hands down on the floor, and then what you're going to do is you're going to lift your hips up off the floor, and you're going to lift your hips up as high as you can go. Very good. And then you hold it for a second. Again, all of these exercises, I can't stress enough, they need to be done in slow, controlled motions. That's the best way to do them. And you'll notice that what they're doing is they hold it for a second, and then they go back down, right? Very good. All right. What a great job. We so appreciate you guys being guinea pigs for us today. So thank you. And I hope that this is instructional for you. I know that from a running standpoint, as we have talked about, we'll talk about, doing exercises to strengthen your body doesn't necessarily make you faster, but it makes you less injury prone. And when you're less injury prone, you can run more. And when you can run more, you can run faster. So in an indirect way, this will help you in many ways. Nobody likes an injury. This is the best way to avoid an injury. So I hope you will consider, if you haven't already done it, consider doing something like this. You can take on both of those, we kind of went through two lists. You can take some of those, maybe 4 or 5 of each of those, and kind of alternate them around, and that would be great to do 3 times a week. So you do that, and I promise you'll feel a big difference before long. So we will post this in the notes so that you can you'll see what these exercises are, and you can look them up. Thanks again. Now may God bless every step of every run. Go out there and shine your light.